Hi everyone, my name's Helen Fleming. I'm the Assistant Marketing Director for the Student Journey here at Northumbria University, and it's my very great pleasure today to talk you through some of the application process steps and to give you a bit of help and advice about what to do if you're not sure what happens next with your application at Northumbria University. Going to university is one of the biggest decisions that you'll ever make, and so it's important that you take the time to think about it really carefully and make sure that you're making the right choice for you. It can be a bit daunting when you're trying to think, oh goodness, which university is right for me? Where do I want to go? How far am I willing to travel? How much do I want to spend? But there's lots of help and advice online and at universities to help you make the right decision for you. So when you're starting to think generally about, okay, do I want to go to university, do I not want to go to university, one of the best things that we would suggest you do is come to one of our open days or go to visit university open days. They're the perfect opportunity for you to find out lots of information about the universities that you're considering, such as what programs they have on offer, what kind of finance packages they've got, what their accommodation is like, and then you'll have the chance to meet some current students as well. Open days are one of the best opportunities you'll have to find out what a university is really like. So we always encourage students to come and visit us or go to the universities you're considering before you actually put them down on that application form. At an open day you can find out more details about the course you're interested in, you can speak to some of the people who might actually be teaching you where you to go to that university, you can meet some of our current students, find out about student finance and what packages are available, and even go and view some of the accommodation that you might be living in just a few short months from then. And so we really strongly recommend that is a good idea before you start putting down that detail on your application form. So when you've narrowed it down to a shortlist, then you need to start thinking about what actually goes in the UCAS application. So you'll have to decide which courses you want to apply for at which universities. You'll need to put down lots of information about your qualifications, about your work experience, about the reason why you're really interested in that subject, and then that gets sent off to the university for consider. You put it in through UCAS track, and then it gets sent to the university for us to make a decision. One important thing that I always say to students when they're deciding which universities they want to apply for and which courses they're interested in is don't be fooled by the course codes. University choices are not like A-level choices or college choices. It's not the same curriculum at every university. So if you're applying for a programme that has the same code at two different universities, be aware that although they'll be in the same subject, the content of the programmes will be very different. Or could be very different. So you need to have a look at the actual detail of the programme, at the modules that are on offer and the subjects that you'll be studying within that broader subject to decide if that's what you are really interested in. So if your programme does not require any kind of additional selection, such as an interview or an audition, then the university would make a decision based on your application form about whether or not they're going to make you an offer. Sometimes they might need some extra information from you, so if there's some information they need which isn't on your application form, they might get in touch and ask you for a few more details, but don't be nervous. With programmes that have selection criteria, such as an interview and audition, then you will be asked to provide that information or given a date and a time to come into the university to meet with academic tutors and to go through that interview process. Most universities give really good advice and guidance about how to prepare for those interviews. Now, we've got some great information on the Northumbria website, which you can have a look at if you're nervous about the interview, if you've got any questions about what might be involved, or if you just want some reassurance about what's going to happen on the day. What we say is that please try not to be put off by interviews. As well as us selecting you, it's an opportunity for you to select us. So we really say make the most of those opportunities and have a great day when you do come in to see us. So what happens after you've gone through that selection process and you've had your interview or your audition or they've considered your application is that you will either be made an offer or be rejected from that university choice. Now, if you're made an offer by a university, quite often they will invite you to come back into the university to have a second look around and decide if it is really the one for you. Now at Northumbria we run a series of applicant visit days where you would have the chance to come into our campus to meet with some of our current students, to find out even more detail about the programme you're interested in, to look at our accommodation, and even if you've made up your mind, to accept your offer on the day. So when you've heard from all the universities that you've applied to, then it's down to you to decide which one you want to go to. If you've had the chance to come and visit the universities at applicant visit days, that's great. You've been in for an interview perhaps, or you've had some chats with your tutors there, you'll be in a position to decide which university is the right university for you. Now at that stage, you need to make a first choice university and an insurance choice university. Students can sometimes get a bit confused about this and what it means, and are they bound by that university. According to the UCAS regulations, that when you make your first choice university, that is the university you are committing to attend the following year. And the insurance choice university, you would normally look for a university that did have a lower grade point, so that if something happens and you miss the grades that you need for your first choice, you've got that as your backup choice. So if you have any worries about that or any concerns, please do give us a ring or get in touch with somebody at your school, college, or come and talk to us to get some advice on that. But what I always say to students is that choosing a university is a really big decision. It's something that will change your life and it will really affect your career path. So you need to think carefully about that decision and make sure it's the right choice for you. Now, when you've accepted this as your first choice and you've decided Northumbria is the university for you, firstly I would say congratulations, you've made an excellent choice. And secondly, I would say now is the time to focus in on your studies and on really achieving those grades that you need to come to Northumbria. It can be a bit of a confusing time thinking, well, what do I need to do? What are the next steps for me? This is the time at which you can start thinking about which accommodation you want to live in. If you do want to choose university accommodation, putting in your application for your accommodation and starting to think about your student finance and what you need to put in place before you join the university. Now, we'll keep in touch with you regularly once you've accepted us as your first or your insurance choice, and we'll be able to give you lots of information about the steps in the process leading up to registration. But the important thing is to think, okay, I've made my mind up now, this is where I'm going, and start planning for your future at Northumbria University. But my best piece of advice really, which I always say to all students, is try not to be worried about university application processes, try not to be put off by them, and try not to panic. There's lots of people who are there ready and waiting to help you through every step of the process. Get in touch with us, the telephone number's on the screen, drop us an email or visit our website for lots more information about the university, lots of tips and advice, and we look forward to seeing you hopefully at Northumbria very soon.